good day. So I'm proud to present Study Group once again. Today with me we have Ms. Ramiata. She's the International Recruitment Manager. So welcome.
Thank you so much.
And starting off the topic, let's go ahead with what is Study Group, what programs are available. Can you enlighten us?
Yeah, sure. Study Group is one of the leading international education provider. We work with almost 50 plus universities across UK, Ireland, New Zealand, and the US. Prime focus today during our discussion is the UK universities,
Yes.
where we also represent almost four Russell Group institutions and almost nine plus institutions that are ranked in the top 50 in the UK.
Right, so I've heard that you're directly affiliated with Royal Holloway.
Yes. We're
So,
also a direct partner for Royal Holloway University of London, for which we also do the pathways and also the direct entry programs, which also includes the undergraduate, postgraduate, and the research courses as well.
let's talk about Royal Holloway. So, how does it work? What programs are currently available? And let's talk of scholarships.
So Royal Holloway, as you know, is a very ancient university, known for a beautiful campus. It's also ranked in the top universities in the UK. Some of the most popular courses amongst our international students would be the business, accounting, finance courses. We have students applying for computing. They have different options with artificial intelligence, machine learning, data analytics, um, psychology. We have students applying for international relations, criminal justice, and also film television is a popular program because the creative arts is ranked really highly in the UK for Royal Holloway. We also have scholarships across the UG and the postgraduate courses. The deadline for the postgraduate scholarship will be on the 3rd of July, so it is important that students apply for the program, get an offer letter, and accept and submit the scholarship application within this deadline. We also have the PhD courses, so students can apply for the PhD programs as well, as we have some of the main faculties, including business or arts, humanities, social work. All of these have been popular.
All right, so let's start off with the bread and butter. So, what are some of the popular program choices which students go for? So, we're talking of, for example, foundation year, year zero, year one, international, of course. So, can you enlighten us? What are some popular picks?
Yes, as you can see, we are representing the region Middle East. So you find most of the courses that students go for would be a foundation program because the local curriculum or some of the international curriculums would require students to do a foundation before they can go directly into the degree courses. We do have a range of pathway programs, which includes foundation, international year one, international year two, the pre-masters, and also a pre-PhD program. So we have options for all students who are wanting to study the undergraduation or post-graduation. These are the popular categories or the pathway programs that is available. And within that, if you see a student looking at probably going to a business degree, can probably choose a pathway which is related to business. So we have four different pathways that students can choose across any international study centers for these universities. So one would be a business pathway, which would include all the courses under business and management. Then we have the engineering and computing pathway, covering all fields of engineering and computing, the popular subjects like artificial intelligence or computer science or cybersecurity these days. We also have arts and humanities, and as you know, students from Middle East obviously go for international relations and political science, which is a very popular course. And we also have the other option with sciences, as you know, medicine, pharmacy, or physiotherapy or nursing. These are all popular courses that we have. So we have these four pathways that students can choose within all of these pathway program options.
We're talking about international study centers. So, what are they exactly, and can you elaborate a little bit more on it?
The international study centers are the study centers where we offer the pathway courses. So across all the universities that we offer the pathway programs, we do have the study center that we call the International Study Center, which is also known as the ISC. So
The colleges,
yes, the
basically.
colleges are known as the
Okay.
ISC. So if we are offering, for example, a foundation program in Cardiff, it will be offered in the Cardiff International Study Center. So we attach the International Study Center to each, and that's the college where we offer the pathway programs.
Oh, that's excellent. That means
Yes.
they'll be there as if they're a university student and they
Yes.
can have the same support, the same attraction, the
Yes.
same facilities as a normal student would. Right?
Yes, they do because we are located at the heart of the campus.
Okay,
So
that's
that
good.
makes it the same experience for students as with a direct student.
And coming to the intakes, do you have multiple intakes or is it just fixed for like September, Jan?
So we do have main two intakes. So we say Jan and September. You'll find most of the courses offered within January and September. But
Okay.
we also have courses offered across March, May, June, July, which are mostly the pre-master's courses and
Okay.
sometimes accelerated foundation programs. For example, if a student has a very good IELTS score, then they may not probably do a 1 year foundation. They can reduce the duration of the foundation. So accelerated foundation programs is also an opportunity. So that is not something they need to wait for until September. They can start earlier in July or maybe in May as well.
And would an English language certification be essential to apply in study group?
Yes, it is important because our students are applying from a country where English is not the first language. So it is required that students take the UKVI IELTS or equivalent scores as required by the international study centers or the university before they can apply for the visas. And that is a requirement for the visa again.
Right, so let's move on to international year one. So, of course, I mean, for the people who cannot get directly into undergraduate, so how does your international year one program work?
Uh, it's a it's a popular course. It's a popular choice for students who have missed the direct entry into the universities, and if they would really love to, it has a lot of advantages. It's just not about missing the direct entry. Also, in regards to the cost or investment in education, international year one programs across most of our providers, like we talk about Leeds or Cardiff or Strathclyde or Liverpool, John Moores. We have so many universities that offer international year one across different subject areas. It's available for January, September intakes. The students who miss one intake or want to start early can think about any of these intakes as well. And yeah, across all courses, I would say there's no program I can remember is not offered with an international year one, including law, which is a popular option. So yeah, it's one of the popular courses that we have. Yeah.
And of course, I'm sure you know that a lot of universities are closing their intakes for September. So, uh, are applications still open, and are there any scholarships still currently available?
Yes. Luckily, there are no application deadlines except for the CAS deadlines that we have.
Yes. Okay.
And this is to make sure that students do apply for their visas before the start date and they can arrive campus on time. So
Okay.
we have to comply with the CAS deadlines, but there is no program application deadline. Students need to note the cap that we have on certain courses. For
Okay.
example, medicine or sometimes architecture courses or computer science courses would have certain caps on each university's program. So that's a deadline that we would have to think about. So they have to apply way in advance so they have the seats available. Otherwise, we do have so many options for students applying for international year one, even if they have missed the direct entry requirements. I mean, not the entry requirements, but the entry timelines for the university entry. But we also have scholarships students can apply for. So we have a range of scholarships depending on the students' scores. It's all based on their academics and other achievements. So when a student applies to the RSC, then they can request for the scholarship, and then they will have a timeline to accept the scholarship because the scholarship has a validity of about 2 weeks. So they have to make sure that they accept the offer within the timeline given in the scholarship letter.
So they don't have to fill out a separate form. It's
No.
just
The process
automatically
is-
granted.
Yes, it's a process that is very easy. It's not automatically granted. They need to express interest
Okay.
in the
Fine.
scholarship. So they will have to do that once they receive the offer or while they're making an application.
Okay.
And then we will assess the application accordingly and then issue the revised offer letter for the students with the scholarship.
Right. So moving on to the fees. So how are the programs priced?
So we have options that is suitable for price-sensitive students. We also have options where students will look at really highly ranked institutions. So we do have that range to support all categories of students. Um, and you can see the tuition fee starts from about 12,000 British pounds and can go up to 20 to 23,000 British pounds within that range. Again, it depends on the course and the pathway that the student would be applying for. But our scholarships are quite attractive, so I'm very sure it should be, um, a great choice for students who are looking at studying in the UK.
Definitely, I can see that.
Yes. We also have progression scholarships available. So it's
All
just
right,
not
no,
during
no
the
problem.
time they do the pathway. They can also avail scholarships while they are studying in the university once they
Okay.
progress to the degree after the foundation or the pathway courses. So that is also an option. So they continue receiving scholarships throughout their study.
Okay, so
Yeah.
it's not like the progression, like they finish 1 year and then the scholarship's only applicable just for the next year. So it goes till they complete the program.
Yeah. So that means the pathway programs get the scholarship, and then the progressing degrees also have the scholarships. Some scholarships might be offered to them for the first year. Some scholarships might be offered throughout the year. It
Okay,
depends on the
fine.
university.
All right, so yeah, let's move on to the support services. So for international students, how does study group help them out? What support do they have?
Yes. So we understand students are coming to study in the UK from a different culture, from a different education system. So we have that clear understanding, and we do have the head of the center, so the head of the curriculum, head of student experience, all coming together to support students during their studies in the International Study Center. Those students who need support with academic tutorship. If they are finding it difficult to catch up with some subjects, we have personal tutorial sessions for students. If a student is needing that extra support, they miss home, any learning disorders like ADD, certain students come to us with issues like that. We do have our faculties who are trained for that to train the students to, come out and, feel normal and get support at the same time together with all the mental well-being and support in the campus itself. There is nowhere students need to go. Everything is available for them in the campus that way.
That's tremendous. And
Yes.
lastly, of course, do you have any message for these aspiring applicants? Would you like to say a few words?
Yes, being a student myself, have been an international student myself, and I strongly believe it's the confidence that you carry throughout your lifetime. So if you're thinking about studying abroad, start your research right away. Approach a consultant, come to study at SIUK, get your counseling done, and make the application, and have a nice page to the rest of your life story.
Thank you very much.